My name is Ritu, and over there is my husband, and I would like to call him over
I'm here.
because I know how it is hard nowadays to raise your kids, but without my husband, I think we cannot do. So we share our values, what we put every day. So, as Jay he spoke very well about 3 steps, which I really think it's very good if you want to raise our kids.
That was a good pit stop.
I'm sorry.
That was a good pit stop.
All right. As per me, you can give a lot of things to kids, and Jay has been talking about that, and I think most of the points obviously are covered by him. Parallelly, I think some of the things that we need to talk about with the kids is they need to bring up logical thinking. What is logical thinking? Why are parents talking about this, or why did my parent did this? The next day if they come and talk to you, maybe you yell at them, but did they figure out? Did they try to understand what was the reason why it happened? If that is something which is happening, if you have that communication with the kid, if the kid is open and they're talking to you as to why you did that, that is something which brings up the point. Even if you have done it wrong, you also feel that I did something, or I need to correct it. And if the kid was wrong, then they need to understand what was it that we were trying to give it to them. Parallelly, Ritu has, like Samir was talking in the family, in the evening we need to do certain rituals like puja and things. So Ritu has been very particular with the kids about that. They make sure that every evening, whatever they're doing at 7 o'clock, they all get together, whether I'm there or not, but at least with the kids and the mom, they do all the rituals and pujas. Those are the kind of cultures, that you can put into. She would make sure that they come to the temple. It's not easy for because kids here, they don't, when they go to the school, my daughter is at 10th grade now, so when they go to school, not everybody goes to a temple or a church or anything. So for them to understand why to go to a church or why to go to a temple is not an easy thing. To make that happen, again, it is again about parenting, making them understand as to what we have inside of us, where we come from, what is important to us, and making sure that they learn those things. Those are the things.
Yeah, as Jay has spoken about the responsibility. I'm in very favor of that. Till the time we don't realize our kids, what does it mean, responsibility, they will never understand. Like my son, my daughter, she's okay because she's now grown up, she's in 10th grade, so she knows what is responsibility. But my younger one, whenever I ask him to clean his room, the first question, Mom, why should I do? I can do it later. So we always have a fight on that topic. If he's doing his studies, so if he done, this is his responsibility to clean the table and to keep the things back. No, Mom, I will do. Then I will put an example. Okay, Tushar, why should I cook every day for you? I will do it later. If you're hungry, it's not my responsibility. Then he realized, oh, responsibility means to finish the job at a time. But sometimes these kids teach us a very good lesson. Today, me and my husband wants to go to the Chinese market. So he asked me, do you have a cash with you? I said, no, I don't have. I don't want to give a cash. So my younger one, he came, he has $50 in his wallet. He said, Mom, take my cash. It's not a big amount, but I thought, because I'm a teacher, so I thought, wow, might be these values which we are putting in our kids, it's showing in their innocence. So my thing is this with you parents, never scold your kids if they're doing any kind of mistake. Just try to learn from them. Like if he said, oh Mom, I have a problem in school. I have seen many parents, they just start scolding. Go through that deep. Might be they are right somewhere. So before we take any action, we should realize that we are taking a right action or not. So that's all I want to say.
Thank you, Rituji. You have shared so good points that how to bring them, especially with the finance. I read in one of the articles that in US around 57% of the adult children, they don't know how to keep money. They have credit card balances in that. Adult children whose age are 24, 25. And the CEO of that company, he mentioned that these saving should be encouraged in the childhood itself from the children. And this is one of the good examples which Rituji shared up with us about saving. So I would encourage all the little children to share their money and then give it to me, okay? I would like to invite our, I think the last one, before that we go, before we go to the next one, it would be Samir Singhal-ji, who would be talking about his family values with us.
It is really amazing how the previous speakers shared all these points which we try to do every day in our life, but they are still so encouraging and it's very refreshing to hear all those things. My name is Samir and my wife Leena is here. We have two daughters and they are at two different spectrums in education and life. One started college last year and one is a fifth grader. So very briefly, few points which we feel help. One, as the child gets older, give them more space and give them more trust. Do not question the kids when they cross 8, 9, 10, 11 too much. Try to give them the self-esteem by believing in them. At the same time, ensuring that they stay in line. As they go to higher classes, you know, all these boys-girl issues and ethnic issues, they will surface. We cannot do away with those things. But the real way out, what we felt with our elder daughter was having constant trust and open communication at the end of every day or during the day. Make her or him feel that we are standing right behind you, no matter what happens in the world outside, we will be there. Second thing is, if we want a child to do something, we have to do it. For example, I like to keep home very clean. And if I find a place which is not clean, I'm little bit upset. So, unless I try to do it by my actions, to expect kids to do, is probably not right. So, as much as we can try to do ourselves, that helps a lot. Third thing is, Jay talked about self-esteem. That's something which will start from first, second, third grade. Kids fight. Typically, Indian kids are a little weaker physically, so they will not fight much. They get subdued. And that is where the mental challenges start, that they have this granthi, as we call in Hindi, perhaps. And that, you know, attacks their confidence. So always ensure open communication. Hear them out. Why you are not happy? Well, they fought, they called me names and they did this. Fine. Then you can explain to them what we felt, you know, with the younger one. If you are right, then no matter what, you need to stand up and bark back, whether somebody likes it or not. And I'm right there with you. If the teacher doesn't listen, I'm willing to go back to the teacher, to the head teacher. But again, we don't need to be overly protective, need them to have a space. The other thing is, we find that a lot of Indian parents, as Indian parents, you know, we are brought up in a protective environment. We tend to over-nurture, over-care. But we need to give space. Like recent example, this snowstorm happened. So we talked. My elder daughter is in dorm. Okay, do you want to come home? We asked her twice. No, I don't want to come home. I'm fine here. I let it go because they need to figure out. But Leena was more concerned. She told me many times, you need to go and get her. But then we decided, okay, at a point, we stop. Let them, you know, run their own life and learn things that way. And these are some small things which we find helpful. One thing also, if we cultivate the habit of having a family dinner every day, somehow if we're able to do 80% of the week or times, that goes a long way in bonding the family. So these were the small points which we felt we could share. If you would like to add anything?
One thing I feel like from childhood, I try to tell my daughter that always be fair, because sometimes very small examples, I mean when she was small, usually it's very common that while feeding them we will tell them, ye kha lo, nahi to wo aake kha jayega.
इट्स वेरी स्मॉल एग्जाम्पल कि खाना खा लो, नहीं तो किसी का तो हम नाम लेते हैं कि वो आके फिर तुम्हारा खाना खा लेगा. So I felt when I was growing up in 10th exam, I felt that in India it's very different. We feel so much of competition, we don't want to share notes and all those things. So when I see here, I used to feel why they will never say in the school that who is first, who is second. But from my own example, I learned that it's one way, it's very good that there should be always motivation, but there should not be directly competition. We always try to encourage them, but it's not that, okay, padosi ka bacha, he is always coming first, why not you, they are doing this sport. So I felt this is extremely important. And that one thing we try, I mean, and every child is different, everybody will have some or other shortcomings. So that first we learned, and we still keep learning, because kahin na kahin pe we also feel, okay, ye kyun nahi. Then we try to apply on ourselves that, okay, everybody is different. So very small thing, but like suppose if there are few, all the, like my daughter is in 5th grade, all the kids are having playtime, and she's coming. When she was young, she used to come, okay mom, she's not sharing that. So I used to tell her only, no, right now they are in our home, and you have to be like a good, like, be good with them. So those small things, I feel it's really important.